And we are live.
Hi guys, welcome to the final episode of the year of Inspired Chats. I'm Carl Andrews, this is Susan Gardner, Sarah Marston-Shreve and Tom Barrington.
Hello.
So today we are talking about Christmas and in particular giving at Christmas and how that makes us feel. So I love giving presents. I love sharing and love spending time with my family at Christmas. It makes me feel really good, really nice and wholesome. So one of the things that we're facing this year is we're only able to spend one day with our loved ones. And that's going to be impacting us in a number of different ways. But let's focus on the giving. What do you like to give, Sarah?
Well, I'm going to give myself... that sounds weird. That came out wrong. Because virtually, although we can't all be together because we've got quite a big family, so we can't get everybody around the table anyway, I will be going virtual with other members of the family and with friends tomorrow and probably for the unforeseeable future as well. So we are going to be giving each other's time and friendship and your companionship and communication and love virtually, because just because we're not here together doesn't mean that we still can't give a bit of ourselves and we can support people in that way. We can come together virtually. So I'm going to be giving my time and my love and my really terrible jokes and anything else that I can give virtually from now until whenever. So yeah, I'll be giving time.
That's wonderful.
Because it doesn't have to be gifts, doesn't it? It doesn't have to be presents. It's not tangible. Giving doesn't have to have a price tag. It doesn't have to be something that you can feel or touch. In fact, most things when it comes to giving, whether it's charity and stuff like that, are things that you're just giving, whether it's your time and your resources in other ways. So yeah, it doesn't have to be things.
I totally agree. I'm going to focus this year on spending time with my loved ones on Christmas Day and switching my phone off, not looking at notifications on my watch and just playing with the kids. That's all it's about. And I think that's really important. I mean, Susan, I think it's fair to say this is a really important subject to you as well. And
yeah,
how does it feel from your perspective?
Oh, well, it's something that I encourage people to do all year round, is have that, to make time to really be present with other people. And, very often we're caught up in this fast lane with life, and when we're with others, we're not really actually with them. But it's almost as though we need to have something like Christmas come along where it's a dedicated holiday and people really do actually book themselves out of their diary, out of their work diary, that sort of space and environment, where we know so many people, they talk about when they go away on holiday, it's a similar experience where it takes them a few days to really disconnect, get out of their heads with that usual expectation of having to look at their social, their calendar, whether it's an electronic one and that constant drive of really being in their heads is so exhausting, and to really be there for your partner and for your children or grandchildren takes a lot of energy when you've been in that constant frenzy of work-orientated focus. So to give yourself this space and time to really enjoy being with your loved ones, and the people that you're actually spending that time with is so important. We're social creatures, so however we do it, this is really important, and the amount of health benefits of doing it are enormous and many. And that's why it feels so good when we're actually giving presents. But to give yourself presents is might be a little difficult for some people to grasp that notion. Yet it is such a huge gift to yourself, and it's also, it's a message. You're messaging yourself, really, that you deserve this. You and the people you're with deserve your time and your presence. Or I better just step off that soapbox a minute and let you jump in.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Thanks, Sarah.
Yeah, it's about being there. It's like, be here now. It's
now, this moment.
This moment, you're not going to get it again. We've all got families and children, and it's just the importance of spending time with your loved one, particularly after the past 12 months. Tom, you're thrown in today, new to the group. Welcome. Yeah. We really value your input. So what does it mean to you?
I think probably the biggest point is the sort of giving my support to people. I know a lot of people, because I'm at university, a lot of people are staying at accommodation for Christmas, and there's sort of a lot of restrictions around that. And so it can be very difficult for a lot of people. I know lots of friends personally who are staying, in accommodation for Christmas, and that can be really rough, because I've always considered Christmas to be a time for family and for friends, and like that sort of support bubble that you need. And I know a lot of people are very lonely, particularly elderly, as well as very young people, because they don't have that support bubble there. And it can be difficult to find one, really. I mean, we come out of a college and school straight into sort of the big wide world, and we don't really know what we're doing. And we're just trying to go along with whatever we can do. And for a lot of people, all these restrictions have stopped them from seeing the people that they care most about. And yeah, it can be really difficult, especially if, they might have, contracted something, the dreaded coronavirus and all that stuff. A lot of students, they get it, and either they're asymptomatic, or they don't feel like it really matters, and then they give it to a lot of their other friends, and they suffer even worse. And it's really difficult to sort of have that on your mind, especially over Christmas, where you're worried about giving something to your family. It can be even more difficult to sort of struggle to have that sort of on your mind constantly, especially around Christmas. So I think the most important thing is to be there for the people that you care most for. It's even people that you don't don't care about, but people that aren't like at the top of your list. I think it's always important to send a message to people and to make sure that they matter, really. I think that's the most important bit.
It's being
Tom,
kind.
can I ask?
People.
Sorry.
Sorry. I was just saying, for me, it's being kind to other people. Like, that's the greatest gift you can give somebody, is your time and your respect, and giving them dignity is just be kind to other people. Listen to them if they've got an issue they want to discuss. That was the only point I wanted to make.
I was just going to ask Tom that if people are thrown together, as it were, in maybe houses or in your halls of residence and stuff, they are initially your Christmas family for the next few weeks. So you can, if you're lucky enough, because when I was at uni, I was in a house and halls of residence, there was people together. So we weren't technically on our own. We had our own university family. Have you got that situation? So you have your emergency family over Christmas to have parties with at home safely and stuff?
I'm very lucky. I think a big thing that's sort of shifted is everyone is doing stuff online. So Zoom calls, the famed Zoom calls of doing finding a bunch of different games online to play.
Yeah,
which
we've been
actually
doing that.
is really fun. And actually, I've started doing that sort of thing with further adrift friends. People that I haven't met in years. I've started talking to them online because it's sort of a time to start basically finding out who are your real friends, basically, and talking to a bunch of different people. And I think that online connection is really helpful as well. And it keeps everyone sort of engaged, because I can just say, next week, let's just, go on Zoom and play a drawing game, online or something like that. And everyone can get on board, and you can have you can have a Christmas without being all together in person, I think.
I do think as well that despite all the stuff that's happening, the human race, we are altruistic in nature, which other animals don't have. It's a human thing. And sometimes, I know it's not easy for everybody, but sometimes it's just about a perspective and just making the most of what is available. And it sounds like you're doing that. I mean, online, the good thing about the technology now is that we have this, when we've had other problems before, we didn't have tech, did we? So actually, for its faults, it's also a good thing, and it allows us to be as creative as doing drawing games on your phone, doing Zoom calls where we all look like Muppets, all in the little holes. And it's allowing us to be creative. But yes, we must remember about those people that, maybe are on their own or can't get out as much. But, I'm sure everybody's looking out for neighbours and things like that. I know I am up our road. So, you know what I mean? Let's come together.
Yeah. I think it's also a bit difficult because, I was born with the internet. I've never had no internet. I know a lot of, my grandparents and people like that, they don't have that sort of, they're not really into tech. And that can be quite, tricky. It's easier when you've always, lived in a time when, online was a thing, and, it was just, give someone a call no matter what. But a lot of these, the older generation don't have that connection, and it can be quite difficult for them particularly.
Still got the phone though.
True, very true.
You can always pick up the phone and just, have a laugh down the phone. So yeah, it is. Giving is in different ways, isn't it? It's tangible and it's felt and it's energetic as well. There's lots of other things.
We're doing a bubble with some friends at Christmas on Christmas Day. They have family all over in different parts of Europe, and we have elderly family, and we didn't think it was safe to get together with our parents. So we were talking at the weekend, and we were both groups of people. We were a bit miserable is not the right word. We were a bit saddened by it all, and we said, well, let's bubble together. And so we're going to have Christmas with some friends, which is a new dynamic for us. And they're bringing a baby as well, and we're going to see the baby opening presents, and it's going to be like having younger children all over again for us. So it's really exciting. So
it's lovely, isn't it? It just shows, we're this is the positive side of what's been put on us, if you like, and just how creative and resilient we are in order, it all the more drives us to finding ways of maintaining contact and connection. And I just love it, and it's amazing what's what I'm hearing here. And Tom, I think it's fantastic how you seem to have a really incredible setup there and it really sounds as though you guys have got things sussed and sorted, and supporting each other in such a fantastic way. But I'd like to also check in. Is there anything that we can do here? Is there anything more that, you know, we can offer and bring? And I put that to you, Tom, but I also put it to the audience here. Let us know. You know, we're open to these these new ways, and what else can we bring to the table? What can we give?
I usually, what I do is I sort of I get very passionate about things, so I'm never one to sort of go halfway through something. And recently, I've been getting into drawing, so I've bought like a proper pad that connects up to my computer, and I can do any colors that I want, and I can basically draw. And I've actually got a, do you know these like ragdoll sort of things where they're on like sticks, where you can sort of move the body and you can make sort of a ragdoll like a certain position, and you basically use that to like sketch how it would look if you know they were moving in a certain way. And I think doing things like that, you know, finding things you're passionate about, that definitely helps when it comes to if you're struggling with issues, you know, feeling lonely or feeling down. You know, getting into a passion and getting active, even if it's just general work, that can really help. And it's that classic situation where you don't want to dwell on things. I'm a dweller, so I need to keep myself occupied with anything, basically.
Have you ever tried watercolors?
No, I haven't. A lot of family members have bought me watercolor packs for Christmas in the past, and I've never actually done it. So that might be an idea for me to start doing.
So about 5 years ago, I went to America, and when I was there, I met this artist, and she gave me a book, like a colouring book, for painting, and she gave me some watercolors, and there's only like a basic set that you'd give to a child, but it really helped me deal with stress and just relax, take some time out. And if you're interested, I'll tear one of the pages out and give it to you, and you can paint Sarah and Susan a picture.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. I can post it.
That'd be lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of interesting artistic, you know, creative ways that even if you're not an artist, because there may be people out here viewing this think, oh, I'm no artist, but these paint by numbers are really cool. They're so clever, and they're so well done and well thought out that it doesn't matter if you haven't got that sort of flair, but you fancy having a go. They're incredible. So we can all create masterpieces with one of those.
Yeah. So before we go, I thought it would be really nice. I hope you don't mind me just throwing this in, impromptu. But I thought it would be nice to find out what other people like giving the gift traditions. As people got traditions that they do on like Christmas Eve and things like that, you might be quite unique to them, or maybe Christmas morning. I'd just be really interested to, because we all have little quirk things that our parents have done since we were little and we've passed on. So I would be really interested to find out what you guys do. So Susan, would you like to start? Do you have anything on Christmas Eve you do, or Christmas morning? It's become traditional.
It's changed, as you know, as from family babies and move through those ages. I mean, my husband and I used to, because it's our wedding anniversary on Christmas Eve. So our tradition, I know, I haven't told you.
Oh.
Yes. So we've always celebrated on Christmas Eve with an Italian meal, because we actually had an Italian reception. it's all a bit crazy in America with an
Wow.
American Indian wedding ceremony. So, you know, so it sort of revolves around that. And we were up, very late at night. Hope the kids aren't listening. Then wrapping presents and yeah. So yeah, it was more along those lines. Yeah.
What about you, Carl?
So we have Linda's got this box, and it's like a present box, and every Christmas she puts Christmas Eve presents in it, and we all have a couple of presents each on Christmas Eve. Now, traditionally, it'd be, traditionally it'd be popcorn, sweeties, and some pajamas each, and we'll all sit and watch a movie together. But we've not got the kids this Christmas Eve. They're coming round on Christmas Day, so maybe we'll hold that off for Christmas Day. I don't know what's planned.
Cool.
I've got a bit of an odd one. When I
love odd ones.
When I was quite young, I think it was like a week before Christmas. For some reason, our electricity shut off for like about a month because they were doing like repairs or something. So this was like when I was 8. And so what we did was on Christmas Eve, we put my mum would buy these giant candles that you light and they smell nice. What are they called?
Oh yes, like the Yankee candle.
Yeah, massive Yankee candles, but not Yankee. It's sort of an offshoot of Yankee candles. And we basically light as many as we could, and sort of didn't watch a movie because there was no electricity, but sort of just sat about eating food basically on Christmas Eve. And so I've just noticed, because I have a Yankee candle here for Christmas, so that I could light, because it's sort of become a tradition of lighting like one Yankee candle, sort of as like a reminder of the time that, it was probably the best Christmas because we like spent the most time together. But yeah, that was probably an odd one, but that was my one.
That's lovely, because you've set that up now, and you'll probably pass that on to your kids when you have them.
Yeah.
That's lovely. So in our house, we would go around and look at people's houses that were all lit up. We'd have a walk round or something like that, and so we'd watch a Christmas movie, and we had to be in bed like really early. Hang the stocking out, put the mince pie, carrot. I still do that for my children, right? They're older, but they still like the magic, so we still put that out. And the tradition that we have, it sounds really awful, but we weren't allowed downstairs until my dad had made a bacon butty and a cup of tea. So as children, we were sat at the top of the stairs and we'd wait for him to shout, "You can come down." But we weren't allowed to go down before then. And we sort of do that now. We thought about cling filming the door downstairs or putting paper on so they burst through. But we haven't done anything like that. But traditionally, on the morning, we do have a bacon cob or a glass of fizz or something like that, or we have a smoked salmon bagel and a glass of fizz. So that's kind of our thing. But some people they do all sorts. They do the whole family pajamas. They do everything. So it's good to make your own as well. You can make stuff up, can't you?
That is really nice, really amazing, and it's making me feel a bit magical at Christmas. So, guys, I think this is time where we end the show now. But I just want to say this year, we never expected this year to happen. And this show that we've been running, we've had different people come and join us, but we are the core of the show. And it's been an absolute pleasure meeting you guys and the people that watch the show. And I want to say thank you for everybody for watching and being here. And I wish you all a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone.